I said, well, I'd like to play in the band, and I'm going to play the flute. And he immediately, and this was like halfway through the school year. I think I was 11 or 12. And he said, no, I have too many flutes. You have to play clarinet. And I thought, oh God, there's no way I'm playing clarinet. And I said, okay. So I went home that day and I told my parents, I have to have a flute today. We have to go get a flute so that I can play flute and band tomorrow. And so right away, my parents were like, okay, we'll go rent a flute from the local music store. So while they went and picked one up, I was at home, figuring out, how am I going to learn? He gave me, like just a general band book. And I told my mom what book to get, bring the flute version back. So she brought that back, and I immediately started looking up fingerings and trying to figure out, I put the flute on my face and I could just immediately make a beautiful characteristic sound. Well, at least I thought it was beautiful at the time. Maybe looking back, it might not have been so great, but it was easy for me to get a good sound. And so at that time, in general life, I think Marshall Tucker Band, which is just a pop band, had a song on the radio called Heard It in a Love Song. It's like this country song that has this huge flute solo in it. And I thought, well, I'm going to learn that and I'm going to take it to school the next day and play it for my band director. So he won't be sorry that I pretty much disobeyed his orders to play the clarinet. I'm going to show him that I can actually play the flute. I stayed up all night, hit on the cassette recorder, play, rewind, figure out the fingerings. And I marched into school the next day with my cassette player and I sat it down on the table and I said, well, I'm going to play they didn't have any clarinets, so I'm going to play the flute and listen to what I can do. And I hit play and played the little flute solo in that. And he's like, okay, all right, well, I guess you're going to play the flute then.